Sugar is everywhere, sneaking into our diets and messing with our health more than we realize. It hooks us with a quick pleasure hit, then leaves our bodies craving more, impacting everything from our waistlines to our brain chemistry. Ready to break the cycle? This guide cuts through the noise to tackle sugar addiction with practical, actionable steps. Welcome to Healthy Living. Sugar isn't just a sweet treat, it's a staple in processed foods, often lurking under aliases like high fructose corn syrup, maltose, dextrose, and dozens more. Manufacturers use it not only for sweetness, but also to extend shelf life, improve texture, and enhance color in everything from bread to yogurt to canned goods. This widespread presence of sugar makes avoiding it a real challenge. Yet this universal use has dire consequences for health. Regular, excessive consumption of sugar spikes insulin levels, paves the way for obesity, and sets the stage for type 2 diabetes. It's not about occasional indulgence. The real issue arises from constant, often unnoticed intake that disrupts our body's natural functions. Beyond these, sugar has a hand in developing heart disease and can even affect mental health, contributing to disorders like depression and anxiety. The addictive properties of sugar complicate matters, driving cravings that lead to a cycle of highs and lows, each hit undermining health subtly but significantly. Sugar hits the brain like a drug. When you consume sugar, it triggers a flood of dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and reward. This surge is similar to what happens in the brain with addictive drugs, creating a high that feels good in the moment. The problem is, the more sugar you consume, the more your brain adapts to these highs by reducing its response to dopamine. This leads to needing more sugar to achieve the same level of pleasure, mirroring the tolerance developed in drug addiction. Following the high, sugar levels in the blood drop rapidly, leading to the infamous sugar crash. This crash leaves you feeling tired, irritable, and craving more sugar to regain that dopamine high. It's a vicious cycle of spikes and crashes that can lead to emotional eating and a dependency on sugar to manage mood and energy levels. The parallel between sugar addiction and drug addiction extends to withdrawal symptoms. Reducing sugar intake after prolonged high consumption can lead to symptoms like mood swings, headaches, and cravings, similar to those experienced when weaning off caffeine or certain drugs. This withdrawal is a clear marker of sugar's addictive potential and its impact on the brain's biochemistry. Breaking this cycle means recalibrating the body's response to sugar, tapering off gradually to mitigate withdrawal symptoms, and retraining the brain to find pleasure in less harmful, more nutritious sources of food. Sugar addiction is a biochemical dependency on sugar, driven by the brain's reward system. When sugar is consumed, it triggers a release of dopamine, leading to feelings of pleasure. Tackling sugar addiction effectively calls for a strategic approach to reducing sugar intake, which not only minimizes withdrawal symptoms, but also facilitates a long-term change in dietary habits. Step 1. Starting with a gradual reduction helps ease the body into lower sugar levels, reducing the shock to your system and the severity of withdrawal symptoms, such as headaches, irritability, and cravings. For example, if you normally add 2 spoonfuls of sugar to your coffee, begin by reducing it to 1.5 for a week, then 1 the following week, until you can enjoy it without any added sugar. Step 2. Becoming vigilant about reading food labels is crucial, as sugar often hides under many names, over 60, including sucrose, high fructose corn syrup, barley malt, dextrose, maltose, and rice syrup. By learning these terms, you can better avoid them. Inspect labels on everything from breakfast cereals and yogurt to condiments and salad dressings, which are often loaded with added sugars. Step 3. Opt for whole, unprocessed foods wherever possible is another effective strategy. Processed foods are notorious for high sugar content added to enhance flavor or extend shelf life. Fresh fruits, vegetables, meats, and whole grains are naturally lower in sugar and higher in fiber, which helps slow the absorption of sugar in your bloodstream, stabilizing blood sugar levels. Step 4. Prepare meals at home. This can drastically reduce your sugar intake since you control the ingredients and the portion sizes. Experiment with reducing the sugar in recipes. Many dishes will taste just as good with a fraction of the sugar or with alternative sweeteners like fruit purees. Step 5. replace sugary snacks with healthier options. Instead of reaching for a candy bar, opt for a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or a yogurt, watching for that added sugar in yogurt. These foods satisfy the desire for a treat, but do so with fewer sugars and more nutrients, helping you not to feel deprived during your transition away from sugar. Consider preparing portions of vegetables like carrot sticks or bell pepper slices, which can also serve as crunchy, satisfying alternatives. Step 6. Increase your intake of foods high in protein and fats. This can also help curb sugar cravings. These nutrients are more satiating and do not spike your blood sugar like sugary treats can. Incorporate more nuts, seeds, avocados, and whole dairy products into your meals to keep you fuller longer. Adding lean meats, fish, and eggs can further enhance satiety and make it easier for you to manage your sugar intake. Step 7. Practicing mindful eating is essential. Pay attention to what you eat and why. Sometimes sugar cravings are triggered by factors other than hunger, such as stress or boredom. By being mindful, you can learn to recognize these triggers and develop healthier ways to cope with them. Taking the time to savor each bite and really focusing on the flavors and textures can also enhance satisfaction and reduce the likelihood of overeating. Step 8. Stay hydrated. Often what we perceive as hunger or sugar cravings is actually thirst. Keeping hydrated throughout the day can help you avoid unnecessary snacking on sugary foods. Try infusing your water with slices of fruits like lemon, lime, or cucumber for an enjoyable twist that makes drinking water more appealing. Maintaining a sustainable, low-sugar lifestyle involves more than just dietary changes. It requires a holistic approach that includes physical activity and stress management. Regular exercise helps regulate blood sugar levels and enhances your overall mood, making you less likely to reach for sugar as a comfort food. Aim for at least 150 minutes of moderate aerobic activity or 75 minutes of vigorous activity each week, combined with strength training on 2 or more days. Breaking it down, that's looking at about 20 minutes of exercise a day. Stress often triggers sugar cravings, so managing stress effectively is crucial. Techniques like mindfulness, yoga, and meditation can reduce stress and decrease the likelihood of stress-induced eating. Regularly engaging in these practices helps fortify your mental resilience and reduces the impulse to use sugar as an emotional crutch. Plan ahead when attending events. Eat a healthy meal before going to reduce cravings. Bring your own low-sugar snacks or offer to bring a dish that fits your dietary needs. When dining out, don't hesitate to ask for modifications to your meal to make it healthier, such as dressing on the side or no added sugar in your dishes. Communication is vital. Inform friends and family of your dietary choices. Most will support your health goals and might even join you, making it easier to enjoy social occasions without derailing your progress. By establishing these habits, maintaining a low-sugar lifestyle becomes more manageable and ingrained as part of your daily routine. We've covered a lot about sugar's impact and how to combat its pervasive influence in our diets. Remember, reducing sugar intake is about enhancing your overall health and well-being. Armed with knowledge and the right strategies, you can effectively reduce your sugar dependency and enjoy a healthier, more balanced life. If you'd like to learn more, take a look at this video on what happens to your body when you quit sugar for 30 days.